000 is my password. Okay. Are we on?
You tell us. Hey, hi you guys. It's David at Bali and Beyond, and I'm with Melissa. Melissa, your last name Sterling?
Yeah.
Melissa Sterling. And Melissa's Facebook handle is MD Sterling, and I've been following Melissa forever. Well, quite a while. And so I'm really tickled to meet her because this is the first time I met her. And I had friends brought her over, Chris brought her over, and got right in my mind. Venus. Chris and Venus brought her over, and they're here with us. So Melissa is a healer, and that's a big handle. So you actually help people heal themselves.
Absolutely. Yeah, a healer is not someone that you come to for healing. A healer is someone who holds space so that you can heal yourself.
Yeah. And we were just talking about blind spots. I mean, we've just had this rocketed conversation and covered a whole lot of bases in no time at all. And we got to blind spots, and because even though, I've done 40 years of personal work, I mean, really, even before that, like, 1980 and before, I was like wondering what the hell was going on.
1980 was a great year.
Yes. And is it why?
I was born.
Were you? It was what date?
March 1st.
Okay. My daughter was born in 1980.
Nice.
July 1st.
Oh, we're monkeys. She's a monkey too.
She's a monkey too. She is. What we were talking about, though, is that it doesn't really matter how much work we've done. There's still more to see,
Sure.
And my idea is that we can muck around in the mess forever, and I think sometimes it's like just moving chairs on the Titanic when we're working in the pain, or in the fear, or in the the grief, or in the shame, or in the guilt, and if we focus on living in unconditional love and service, a lot of that stuff just drops away. Do you find that?
I do find that, and I find that when it comes to unconditional love and service, a lot of times people think that that's for them to bestow on other people.
Oh.
And they're going to be unconditionally loving and of service to other people.
No self-love?
Right. And I think that's really missing in our culture, in our humanity in this day and age, is people are feeling like they're going to be selfish if they put themselves first. But I know that I can speak for myself, is that I've experienced, is it required me, in order for me to be of service, in order for me to show up 100%, I needed first to take care of myself. And I needed to be in self-love and self-care and self-approval and self-respect.
This is why, I encourage people to meditate.
Oh, for sure.
Because meditate is it's self-love. It really is, and of course, I think sometimes people struggle because it's really difficult to sit on their own. To oh my God.
Well, in this
dangerous place.
We got iPhones and dopamine and distractions galore.
Yes.
And I think that people are, like you said, the blind spots. They have a blind spot in their definition of meditation.
Yes.
They think it has to be something specific.
Yeah.
Instead of just a practice. It's not called meditation perfect. It's called meditation practice.
Oh, I love
for
it.
a reason,
I
right?
Love it. Yes. Yeah. So, my goal is to have it's not my goal, it's my vision, it's my purpose, it's my mission, it is to have a meditation space in every home. In every home, and when I think of that, I'm not thinking of just Calgary. I'm thinking of North America. I'm thinking of it becoming like having a laptop computer. Everybody has a meditation space. It's just a standard.
Totally.
And and maybe before,
like you have your toilet, and then you have your altar.
Yes.
You did basics for the home.
Yes. Yeah. And when we go to Bali, in every traditional home, I think there's 8. Altars, or 8 spaces where there is, in a traditional Balinese home, I think there's 7 or 8.
And they go there 4 or 5 times per day.
Yes, yeah.
Like on a regular basis, taking time to be thankful and to be grateful.
Yeah.
And I think that's really part of a meditative practice too, is it's like I'm just going to take a moment for myself and practice my gratitude and practice my thankfulness.
I remember one time I was talking to this really old Balinese woman, and she was praying, and I asked her, I said, are you praying for a connection with God, or for? Oh, she said, no, I'm praying for you.
Thank you so much.
She said, we pray for everybody.
Oh.
And you know, and it was like, oh, thank you. It was humbling, you know.
But you know what? We're all the same humanity. We're
Yeah.
all the universe experiencing itself.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so
You are me, and I am you, and we are one together.
we're all the same. You know, we have the same stuff running through our veins. We have the fingernails made of the same stuff.
Magical beetles.
Right?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Right.
Yeah, I know. And when we can drop into that space, and so, I mean, that I remember as a kid. I remember as like a teenager, even before, you know, thinking, there's something wrong here, you know, because you know, I was taught that I had to go to school and I had to achieve all these things, and they were all outside of me, and I knew there was more going on. Right? I mean, even before, and I looked for spirituality in drugs and alcohol.
Oh, that's a common place. A lot of people look first.
That's right. And many get stuck and never get
Yep.
back.
Yep.
You know, it's a dangerous little spot.
Yep.
And I mean, thank God that I woke up. Actually, thank my mom's prayers.
Yes.
The prayers of my mother. You know, we believe that all of us, because out of 5 siblings, 4 of us are, you know, on the spiritual path and sober, and many years, and we all believe that my mom was we called her a prayer warrior. Yeah, isn't that sweet?
So beautiful.
Yeah, and that her prayers, because prayers are magic. And,
Absolutely.
and you know, if there is no time and space,
Abracadabra, right?
yes,
Speak it into reality.
Yes, that's what abracadabra makes. What does it mean?
Speak it in.
Yes.
Just create it.
Yes.
Like magic.
Oh God, I
Right?
really like you.
Well, just to get back to what you were saying, I mean, when we have this level of success, or when we're younger, we feel like we need to do something. And then we're not where we're supposed to be, and so we do something else. And we keep doing things, and we do it with more intensity, and we do it harder, and we do it faster, and we keep doing, and we don't realize that we're not supposed to be human doings.
Yeah,
We're human beings. And so this is where, for myself, came into the practice of meditation. It was a chance for me, an opportunity to be like, actually, what do I think? What is the innate wisdom and intelligence coming through me? Because I felt out of alignment so much with what was going on in the world that I developed aggression and anger and anxiety and panics and depression, and I was always at the mercy of what was happening around me because I was like out of control. Right? And it wasn't until I started paying attention to that wee small voice and listening to the wisdom because when I started meditating in the shower, actually, and I didn't even realize I was meditating. I would just go in there, and because I could think.
Yes.
But I realized I wasn't actually thinking. I was just being, and these cool messages were coming to me. So I started in high school or in college when I had to write papers. I would just wait until the last moment. Like if today's Thursday and it's due today, I'd wake up at like 5 a.m. and I'd go into the shower and I'd just like think, but I wasn't really thinking. I was just allowing, and I would just breathe and wait till my paper came to me, and I would go downstairs and type it on the computer and hand it in.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do that 2 weeks ago.
No, it wasn't necessary.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
Right? I could sit there all day, make notes.
That's the thing. Faith. I mean, we're experiencing that in a business sense. For me, with this huge vision, the hardest thing that I deal with is staying out of the road.
Staying
out of the road.
Oh, get out of your own way.
and, you know, literally, you know,
Yep.
and trusting that in each moment, what is needed will appear and happen. You know, and so it's a bit of a struggle, and you know, it's happening.
Yep.
It's exciting, actually. When
exciting.
When I get it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is actually happening. You know, and then I think sorry, I'm a bit excited about it. I think, you know, we're actually going to bring, you know, like truckloads and truckloads of all these things to help people create meditation spaces, and they're going to be flying out the door, and you know, we're thinking that we'll have Amazon actually deliver them all, you know.
For sure.
And
what else would they be doing?
Yes. Yeah. And that I'll be carrying this message on you know, on stages and public speaking and talking about so it's all unfolding.
Okay, so if there's anybody watching right now that needs David on their stage, he is ready, willing, and able.
I'm ready to go.
Right, he's ready. He's ready to go.
And I have no idea what I'm going to say, but it will happen as it's supposed to. You know,
of course.
And that's the neat thing.
Yeah.
You know, and so I mean, I do love doing that, and I see it happening, and it's like I waited for it all to kind of come together. I resisted, you know, and actually she got mad at me, and she said, David, you know, you don't step up, you're going to step out. And so I needed to, I really got called, and it's like, okay. And so we're in the middle of it now. It's a whole, and so thank you for coming and visiting. Well,
thank you.
This is happening.
Yeah. I got really called too about almost 6 years ago.
Yes.
I was thinking that I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. I was working in a preventative medical clinic, and I was spending tireless hours behind closed doors with people, helping them implement the healthful strategies that were recommended to them by the specialist. And I loved what I was doing, but I wasn't serving at the capacity I was supposed to be serving at.
I know.
And so the universe hit me with a truck.
Yeah.
And I said, no problem. I'm fine. That doesn't bother me. I'm just going to take a few days off and I'll go back to work. And the universe says, no. I go to an elevator, the ceiling falls on my head. I was unable to do my regular work. I was unable to walk straight. I wasn't able to properly speak. I wasn't able to do any navigation in life. And so I was very resistant.
Awesome.
So resistant. I couldn't understand why this happened to me.
Everything's happening for me.
Right, but I wasn't in that space. I was like, why is this happening to me? I'm a good person. Bad things are not supposed to happen to good people. And then I got hit by the truck, and then I got hit by the elevator.
Oh, you literally did get hit by a truck?
Oh, I literally did. I got hit by a semi-truck.
I thought that was a metaphor.
No, I got literally. So my vehicle was totally demolished.
Aww.
I walked away from the accident, and one of my friends told me, you know, I'm going to take you down to Scottsdale. You're going to rest and relax.
Yes.
So I go down to Scottsdale, and Monday morning, 8 a.m., I got my avocado in my book. I'm going down to the pool to rest and relax. I never made it to the pool.
Damn.
The ceiling, 30 years ago, somebody used glue to put up the 50-pound panels, and when I was in the elevator, it fell.
Hot damn.
So the sky literally fell on me.
So you were getting called.
I was being called.
Like, clearly.
For sure.
I know that call.
Yeah. And so I was like, so first of all, like you, I was in resistance.
Yeah.
Right? And so I was trying to put the pieces of my life back together.
Fuck, you don't know who I think I am?
Right? My broken relationship that I was trying to keep together for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
The job that I wanted to go to every day to make myself a slave to the man. Like, I wanted so bad to fit into this system as a cog.
I know.
But the universe was like, no, Melissa, no. And I started to listen. And the information started to come into me, and I started to realize that I really needed to heal myself. And so I needed to take some time and space and just really put one foot in front of the other. And meditation was a huge part of that. And really what was a big part of that was breath work, hydration, making sure that my body was hydrated enough to flow the energy and not be stuck. Mindful nutrition, focusing on
mitochondria watered.
Right? All the beautiful detoxification systems in my body weren't working properly because I was totally dehydrated.
Oh.
Because I was mad, because I was hit by a truck, because all these things were happening to me. I couldn't take myself around. I couldn't do anything. Of course, I was up on my credit cards and down in my bank account, and
You sound like John now.
Right? Right. Well, I'm thankful to have worked with him.
Yeah.
But it was just such an eye-opening experience, and then so I started to heal myself. And so then it was a couple years later, after I had a baby, and the doctor that I previously worked with, she says to me, she calls me up, and I was in Switzerland about ready to have this baby, and she's like, "Can you come and cover my mat leave, or the mat leave at the clinic?" I said, "Well, you're well aware I'm having a baby." She's like, "But you can bring your baby to work." Oh, okay, perfect. I can get back to my job. I can get back to work, and so I again got back into the system.
Baby in tow.
Baby in tow, taking her to work every day. She was great. I mean, I just nursed her, so she was either on my body or in her carrier. And when it's a clinic, so when people come in, if they are a little stressed or they're sitting having an IV, you just give them the baby. And it was so relaxing to hold her breath. And she was a really good baby, so they would just hold her. So I worked for 2 months, and I was driving home on 11th Avenue, and I'm sitting there, stopped, and a truck wedges himself right in between me and the parked car. And you know, I didn't think I was too hurt bad at that beginning, but now that I have this baby to carry around and all this stuff, and I just it couldn't heal. And so I never went back to work from that point. And when I made the decision that I wasn't going back to work, my clients filled up, and I got sorts of opportunities for traveling, and I started speaking and teaching workshops, seminars, retreats.
Wow.
I did some healing work in Indonesia and Australia, and worked with some beautiful healers to teach me all this wonderful ancient wisdom knowledge, where I can help people through like somatic breathing and actually release from the cellular level the pain and the trauma that's registered in our energetic footprint. And I would have never had that experience had I been doing what I was supposed to be doing to climb up the ladder to career success, right?
Yes.
But that wasn't my plan. And so when I answered the call, things just started to work out for me. And you know, when I got sidetracked into back to thinking I needed a job, things would not work. Like my phone wouldn't work, or I'd lose my keys, or I couldn't find, like I just couldn't find nothing. And then and I'm like, my mind is going, like, what's wrong with me? I got hit in the head, I'm crazy, like I just can't function. And as soon as I'm like, open my schedule up and let people come see me and just do the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing, my client thing is full, my bank account is full, my travel appointments are booked, people are booking me flights, people are sending me emails, sending me money. I'm like, what is this for? And they're like, thank you for what you do. Thank you very much. Yes, please, more, please. Thank you. Right?
Yes.
And now I find myself being able to serve at a higher capacity because I answered the call and because I got out of my own way. And so I've been there. Like it's, and it's so cool to now see other people, because I'm just like, you just got to answer the call. Just say yes and figure it out.
So we're in the middle of it, and how this happened. You know, I spent last year kind of organizing these meditation stools, and I designed them, and I had to find
They're
some.
really comfortable,
Aren't they
by
great?
the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you cross your legs like this? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
There we go, and it's just the right height, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can they still see us?
Can you guys see us?
All right.
I like this. Actually, you know what? When I go like this, it releases my lower back a little bit.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's just, and with or without the cushion. I do it often without the cushion because it's a, yeah.
It's quite nice.
Yeah, yeah. Venus liked it.
Venus.
Yeah.
Show you the way you can sit when you don't want to sit.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah, there's different ways we can sit with your legs under. You can turn it, and I mean it does different things. Yeah, that's one way.
Oh, I like it.
And what's nice about it, just as on a practical sense, is that I tell people when they're meditating on their couch, it's called napping.
Yeah, and because you need to be upright with the posture. That's part of it is to elongate your spine. When I meditate, I often will think
What does John say about the spine? He just elongate. He has a. No, sorry.
When I sit, I literally, and I do this in a lot of my healings when I do work on people, is I try to get them to imagine and walk them through the process of imagining a little light from the tailbone all the way up the spine, every vertebrae, and shooting up the top of the head. And it's like, sometimes when I work with people, they can actually, like through this, they can, as they go up the spine, they can see the blocks. And so this actually puts you in the posture to elongate your spine. Brilliant. This is really nice.
Thank you.
I like it.
Well, we're going to make millions of them.
Perfect.
You know, and
I'll take one home today.
They're recycled.
I see you have all these ones here.
Yeah, they're recycled teak, which is cool. So,
Okay.
so I like the idea that we're not cutting down trees to make them. It's all recycled wood. And
So are these coming from Bali then?
no, from Java.
From Java.
Yeah.
Oh, from Indonesia.
Yeah.
So you're also contributing to their economy and
yeah,
helping all. Yeah, of course.
There's a city called Solo,
Okay.
which is outside of Yogyakarta.
Yes, I've been there.
Been to Jogja,
Yeah.
to the temples and stuff.
Yeah, we went to Borobudur.
Borobudur.
Yeah, I
yes.
took Steele to Borobudur when she was about 16 months old.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so Solo is really only about 60 or 70 kilometers from there.
Okay.
And then this little town where these are made is outside of Solo. You know, and it's a beautiful. You know, there's a beautiful fellow there who has a little factory, and yeah, he makes these for me. And
You can feel the love coming right out of them.
yes.
Totally.
Well, we actually we infuse them with love.
Oh, I can feel it.
Yeah, we set the intention of
Yeah,
love.
I can feel it.
And I tell people, I want to show you. I tell people that they're not meditation stools, that they're transportation vehicles. and they'll skyrocket them into the fifth dimension of reality, or into infinity and beyond.
Interesting.
So when you sit on these, I mean, can you feel it?
I can literally feel when I sat properly and I opened my body up here, I could literally feel the love going through me.
Now that's a bit tongue-in-cheek, the transportation vehicles, but not really.
No.
Yeah, not
I'm
really.
a special purpose vehicle.
Yeah. That's right. And then I'm sure you are. Oh, fun. So I can just see millions of people having these.
For sure.
And you know, and I'm doing my little mantras, and you know, I'm kind of chanting it into existence sometimes, and I feel like I have to call it in, but the truth is, it came to me.
Right. So I have a question for you, David. What was it that, like, the cataclysmic event that brought you into this meditation? Because you didn't meditate forever, right?
No.
There's a point in our lives where it's like...
Well, there's a couple of things, but I mean, I told you that I looked for God in drugs and alcohol,
Yes.
and, you know, spirituality or connection or the light or whatever,
yes, yeah.
you know, and so when I discovered a program of recovery, which was the 12 steps, you know, an intricate part of that program is meditation. Although many of my friends in that program don't necessarily do that, but that wasn't it. That wasn't it. I mean, it had been years with spiritual teachers and lots of longer sits, 3, 4, 5 hour sits, and, you know, with spiritual teachers, and I love the benefits of meditation. And still, that wasn't really it. My total surrender of control, which I pull back sometimes.
It's a dance.
Yes, it was more in the last couple of years. You know, I mean, you know, almost 40 years of spiritual seeking, and finally she said, "Look, like, she took everything." You know, I ended up living in the store, and I don't see that as an unfortunate thing. I see it as, like, finally I listened.
Well, I think it's great that you share that with people, because I think that we get this vision of career success, and we think that the hardships that we face don't apply to other people. So the fact that you go through periods of ebb and flow, and that you share this with people, it's like, it makes us all feel better, right? Celebrate the good times and also celebrate all times.
The learning times.
Right.
So
we either win or we learn.
Here I am in the store, and it's like a cold winter night, and you know, the wind's, you know, and I'm like, the hell am I doing here? What happened? And I'm doing lots of praying and lots of, you know, because I don't subscribe to a victim story. I know that I'm owning my life, and this is where I am.
Right.
And
so what am I going to do with this?
Well, in Alberta these last few years, it's been really easy to say, oh, the economy.
Right.
And
that's another excuse.
It's a bullshit story, and I mean, there's some reality.
BS, a belief system.
Yes, yeah, and there's some reality in that some people have had to make some big changes, and for some it's been uncomfortable, and it was uncomfortable for me.
Change is often uncomfortable.
And so I was like, okay. She was so clear. I call her she.
Yeah.
And that I had been called, and also. You know, I had said no. I'd said yes, but.
Yeah, if the conditions are proper.
Yes, but, you know, I'm here, I'm at your service. I'll do whatever you say, except, you know, actually be vulnerable, actually take risk.
Actually feel.
And so she didn't put up with that.
No. Let's see how big you are.
And it's always hard to say what's grace and what's, you know, if there is a me that asked for this or not. You know,
how else would you learn these lessons? How else would you be motivated to make changes in the lives of millions of people through this beautiful structure?
But I mean, I don't mean that it's hard to know whether we're talking destiny or fate, you know, whether we're
for purpose?
Yeah. So I've kind of let go of that I've had that much to do with even all. My prayer has been, for many years, show me the whole mosaic, show me the big picture. You know, I can take it. Show me, you know, and so that's been my consistent prayer, to be allowed to see, and So it feels like we're in that right now, that God, universe, the intelligence, whatever we want to call it, is saying, okay, here you go. You can have and be and do whatever you want. And oh, by the way, you can't figure it out, so here's what you want. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't create all this. Like I did, but
you were more the conduit, putting all the
yeah,
pieces together.
Yeah.
And when you open yourself up, you're like, okay, I need some help. Oh, okay, you need help. Well, we're going to introduce you to this person.
Yes.
Like one of the first books I read on the personal growth sort of journey when I was 14 was the Celestine Prophecy.
Nice, yeah.
And I read, and I was like, interesting. That was the first book that got me started, Celestine Prophecy.
Yeah.
And I read that book.
James is reading it right now.
Oh, it's such a great book. It's
Yes.
it put all the pieces for me together, but I didn't even realize that until 20 years later.
Yes.
Like I was like, because people were asking me like, how did you just give into this, or how do you feel zen, or how do you feel calm, or when all this stuff is happening, how do you be at peace? And I didn't know, and then someone had brought up the Celestine Prophecy, and I flipped through it again, and I was like, I put this into my brain in 1994. And it's been manifesting itself. And so the books that we listen to, the programs we watch, the people we talk to, is always putting into our brain and either helping us or, hindering us. And we have to remove those blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are.
Living the healing journey.
Right. And do you feel the spiritual consciousness of our planet right now? And it feels like it's almost polarizing. Like those of us who are being called are really stepping up and being called and rallying around with community and rallying around with contribution and, not looking so much as money as the pillar of success, but finding new definitions and redefining success, as you will. Has that been a thing for you, redefining success as you're moving through this journey?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Yes.
It's interesting because in some way I felt that success was measured by finances, or
well, that's what we're shown.
Yeah, and even though I was living what I considered a spiritual life, I was still, living in $1 million condo and had, lots of excess and got to travel and do a lot of cool things, and I don't regret any of that. And I think that's all perfect. It was, and those things can be in my life as a result, though. I mean, not as the main focus, not as this is why I'm doing this.
As a side benefit.
Yeah, they can be part of the journey, and it's fine. But what I realize, especially more after this last couple of years, is I don't need very much.
Right.
I don't need very much. I can sleep in the truck, and it's I need 2 or 3 pairs of jeans.
I think we get a lot of clutter in our homes.
Yeah.
And we own all this stuff and we have to take care of all this stuff, but what bogs us down is the responsibility of all the stuff. I have friends who are many times wealthier than me, and they are like, their friends are like, oh, I like your travel schedule, and they're like, I like Melissa's travel schedule. Because I feel free. I don't own a whole bunch of stuff I need to take care of. And so I have more time freedom.
Yeah.
And so I really thought that I needed money, but I realized that, there's a lot of places out there already open for me to stay in. And so the currency of doing life in business is relationships, right? Because if you have relationships, if we can share our bowl of soup, we both get full. We don't both need to have money to pay for things. We can, I can mow your lawn and you can take care of my kid. We can trade these services.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be money changing hands all the time because we are the value. We are the true value, and our capacity to serve and contribute and create is what we should be measured by, in my opinion, in my experience.
Well, I think that ultimately that is what we're measured by. If we want to live in unconditional love and peace, we can't be sitting in a place of lack or wanting something, or it talks in my book Letting Go that I'm reading on a daily basis to the group. I love this guy, but he talks about desire keeping us in a lower vibration.
It does.
Yes, and so gratitude, of course, is like,
Gratitude, love, joy, forgiveness, all these things, higher vibration. By the way, excitement and anxiety are the same vibration.
Yeah.
So if you feel anxious about something...
Thank you. Bye.
If you feel anxious about something
Yes.
and you tell yourself that you feel excited, it actually feels, it's the same, but it feels different. It feels okay. That's what I do for myself. If something makes me nervous, I'm like, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I just tell myself I'm excited, and then it seems
So
exciting.
when you feel fear or anxiety, you shift it contextually to excitement.
Yeah, so I used to do trade shows selling skin cream, and I would go all over the Western Canada, and the one girl that kept with me, her name was Stevie Kicks, and she would insist that we go into these hotels that have a hot tub and a pool. And she didn't just want to use the hot tub, she wanted to use the pool. But I didn't want to use the pool because it was cold, especially after the hot tub. But she would make me go in there. And she would, so the only way I could go in there is walking in going, I'm excited, I'm excited. And I'd walk into the pool and I'd be freezing and angry. But once I got in, it was fine.
Yes.
And it actually helped us it helped us elevate our energy for the trade show. And it helped us, like it really actually was very good for me. But I didn't like it. But I had to tell myself I liked it. So doing that for several years, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I just sort of like developed that in myself. And so that now when I deal with something, I just actually automatically go into it, almost like the meditation practice. Like the time to start practicing meditation isn't when you need to.
That's right.
Right? It's before that, because if you...
Because then you'll never need to.
Well, I work with
which
my
is great.
clients.
Yeah.
So one of the things I do with my clients is there's this part of your body right here.
You can show us this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can do this. So just put your
Everybody,
hand right here,
Be comfortable. We're going
Right?
to do a little thing.
right? And just breathe to yourself. Breathe in and breathe out and close your eyes. And as you keep your eyes closed and you sit with yourself, allow the peace and the calm to move through your body. And allow this to be your state. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Right?
Yeah.
It's very, very quick. And so this is one thing that I go over with my clients on a regular basis, and I get them to do this every day.
Dr. B.
And after, and after about a week to 2 weeks, then they're like, oh, I had this meeting today, or I did that, and it's like this becomes automatic for them. And they're like, I got nervous, or I got upset, and all of a sudden my body just wanted to go like this. I'm like, yeah, because your body knows that's what helps you. So just go to the bathroom for 2 minutes, for 30 seconds, for 30 seconds, wash your hands, go out, go on with your day.
Back in the game.
Right, nobody can tell. Everybody goes to the bathroom for more than 2 minutes. Nobody knows what you're doing in there.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Just to take that time, hide under your desk if you have to. It doesn't matter. In your car, you can do this in your car. But it puts you at a place of power. It puts you at a place of presence. And so when you're present, you're not worrying about all the things that are happening. You're able to be in your moment, and that's where the true power lies.
Totally.
Is being in the moment. Because when we're in the
Totally.
past or we're in the future, we're in a state of anxiety and depression. And nobody likes to live there.
Yeah.
We need to be here on this stool with my erect spine. I love it. Feeling the love. This is really great. Can feel it Bali. And the smell in here, the sage. So cleansing. Beautiful.
So what can we tell our listeners that what are you up to? What's next? How can we help somebody who's watching wants to connect with you?
Yes, they do.
And so how can they connect with you, and what's coming up? You've got some events coming.
I do have some events. And so I do a couple different health and wellness businesses. I see people personally, but what I really like to do is serve at a greater capacity. So I do have a group on Facebook with about almost 700 people in there. It's called Heal Thyself. And when I watch this, I'll put it in the comments. So if you want to join that group, it's a free group. And every week we have a different topic. Right now our topic is career success. And so I just put little tidbits and information in there, and I really try to focus the mind on how to reorganize the definitions that we have of things. So that'd be the first way to connect with me, is just join the free group and start focusing on things that are going to raise and elevate your own vibration. Because when we start focusing on things like stability and patience and tenacity and connection and career success, we start building ourselves a firm foundation, right? And we just I just move all the way up the different chakras. I have a 49-week cycle that I do. So this is like, I'm really into this, and I really want people to like raise their own vibration for what feels right for them. So I put different options in there, and people ask questions, and people contribute, and it's just, you just take from it what you would like, you know? I do in the mornings at 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, I do a half-hour training, like a lifestyle training, and this is just for inspiration and motivation, usually 5 days a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I work with a partner, Gilbert Anderson, and we do goal setting, we do how to make calls, we do...
Do you live?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we do live videos because so people from our business join it, but everybody, it doesn't matter if you're selling real estate or Tupperware, like we all need this community. What I've realized is that we are meant to be creators and contributors. We thrive on contribution.
We are creators.
And right now in our society, we're sort of pigeonholed into being consumers and collectors. And when we're consuming and collecting, we're not living in our true power. We're not living in our true essence. So we really need to rise above that. And that's what's really great about places like this and practices like this, having a special tool grounded in love. Like, it's very special and very meaningful, and we need these anchors in our life that give us strength and stability. And then I've been blessed to work with my dear friend Desiree. She was undiagnosed with Lyme disease for 15 years. And she tried everything under the sun to heal herself. And when we began working together, we began working on the basics.
Desiree?
Yeah.
Painter?
No,
Oh.
she's not a painter. But we began working on basics of breath work and really relaxing the central nervous system through proper mindfulness, through proper, nutrition, very healing nutrition. And so she's opened up her Cabo home so I've got room for 2 groups of people. So we're going down there for a healing retreat. We're including all the activities and all the food. You just got to pay extra for your tickets, like airline tickets. And we have March 9th to 14th and March 31st to April 5th. So if somebody, especially with a focus on digestive issues, Lyme disease, colitis, Crohn's, we just had a group there. None of them were sick, but they're all like very powerful entrepreneurial type people who are like trying to mix spirituality into that. And they're go, go, go. And what they really need is to reset and to rest and recover, and then they can go out hard again. We work in these 90-day plans, and we just go, go, go. But we need to make it a 120-day plan. 90 days of work and 30 days of rest and recover, and then we do it again. And we need to have goals. And so if people want to connect with me, I could do lots of stuff.
Nice.
Right? And I really love to connect with people. I love to help and serve them. I like to interview on Facebook Live doctors, especially chiropractors. Because I feel bringing that information to our humanity is really beneficial. Chiropractors, again, work on the spine. I'm a real advocate of healthy spine. And I worked with Dr. Carly Axford from Australia, who lives in Bali. And she teaches a program called Spinal Flow. And so it's all about, again, elongating your spine, releasing all sorts of energetic blocks. Because our brain and our gut is all connected, and it's in our head, and it's all the way down our dura mater in our spinal cord, and it's in our gut. And we need to make sure all of those are in a trilogy of health, right? If we want to raise to the next level. So yeah, I'm open to connecting with people, and I really, what would be really great is if we could do some meditation here. I do a really beautiful guided meditation and breath work.
So we do, we have every Monday at 6:30, we have a meditation group here.
Perfect.
But I'd love to organize an evening for you, outside of that as well.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
to come and share with us. And
Absolutely.
that kind of
I would love to donate my time and come and help people.
So, just coming to share this with you.
Yes.
So I fractured 3 vertebrae.
Okay.
And had a fusion, and broke my sternum, broke both my collarbones twice, and I've always imagined that that my heart was just getting
I was
too
just going to say,
big.
did you have a broken heart?
I think I came in with it.
Okay.
And but it's been healed, you know. And
Oh, and then it just opened up.
yeah, I needed to make more room, I guess.
Right, yeah, for sure.
That's, you know, my story about all of those, you know, call them fractures because we opened the, you know, but the upper body really needed to and I suspect they may still need a little opening in here.
We can do some work on it.
And although I've had these amazing energy experiences like the Kundalini energy that and just rocks me, and I used to think that wouldn't happen because it would be blocked, but it's not. It doesn't
The
matter.
cool thing about energy is it always is moving and shifting and changing form. And so even when we get a break or a fracture or something, we can heal our body. Our body is beautiful. And so like you were talking about before, our mitochondria, a lot of us, because we're inundated with like 80,000 more toxins than we were, that our grandparents
Fluorescent
were.
lights.
From the air, from the water,
Yeah.
from the food, from everything. Not only that, but from the toxic energy we give each other, yelling and screaming at each other, complaining and arguing all
We
the
do
time.
that here all the time.
Yeah, right. And when I walked in the door, everybody's giving hugs. The sage is everywhere. This place is beautiful. If you need to heal, come here and sit on this meditation.
Sometimes we cry.
During their open hours.
We do cry sometimes.
But you know, so
Yeah.
I had a woman who started, the first thing I got her to do was to start drinking water.
Yes.
Wake up in the morning, drink 16 ounces of water.
Yeah.
Every time she pees, drink more water.
Yes.
Well, she told me after about 2 weeks she didn't like this water thing. I said, oh, why? What happened? And she goes, well, I started to cry, and I cried for 4 days. She had lost 2 partners and a baby
Yes.
over, you know,
And no grief.
and no grief.
Yeah.
And you know, I used to experience this inability to release tears or anything when I used to work out. Before, when I was totally dehydrated, I wouldn't sweat. I was so proud I didn't sweat. I didn't realize
There's
I
no water
wasn't
to
sweating.
sweat.
My body couldn't afford to sweat, and so I was out there working out, stirring up all my toxins,
Yeah.
thinking I was like a rock star. Oh, I don't sweat. When I was just right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was working at a gym, and I was like, this is what's we have all these people running around there knowing everything, but they don't know anything. I was one of them,
Yeah.
right? And I didn't know how to sweat because I didn't have enough water.
I have another thing's coming. I have a friend who has this amazing ozone clinic in Bali.
I love ozone.
Do you? Yeah. And whenever I go, I go.
It
And,
really helps with the jet lag, time change stuff, right? Yeah,
do
it
the
clears up
ozone.
you out.
He'll either inject or, you know, put up my butt. Or,
Oh, really?
oh yeah.
Interesting.
Ozone. It goes in and bleeds back out.
Literally blows up the butt.
It does. Yeah.
We gotta have fun.
You can. Well, it
Would you like
can.
comfort ozone treatment?
That's Bali. We go for colonics.
I love colonics at the yoga barn.
Yeah.
They do a really good job, gravity fed.
Yeah, and yes, I know that. So, I mean, it wouldn't be going to Ubud if I didn't have colonic, if I didn't do coffee enemas, if I didn't do ozone, I wouldn't feel like I was home. And,
Right?
Yes.
And you know, those things actually give you life.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna put coffee in your body, it should be up your bum. That's
honestly.
the most effective. Truly, and don't add any cream and sugar because that's nonsense. Nobody needs that.
Nobody needs cream.
And make sure it's cold.
Yeah. Not too cold.
Room
temperature's
temperature.
fine. Yeah. Room temperature's fine. Don't laugh. Coffee enemas are amazing.
They're really,
Yeah.
they're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it moves glutathione, you know, gets the liver engaged and creates the glutathione, and the glutathione is yeah.
Glutathione's an amazing thing. I'd only been ever introduced to it to put it in my IVs. When I was doing my healing work, I did a lot of vitamin C therapy and always glutathione. But I'm just working with a company now, and they have a liposomal glutathione, which is incredible. It's having amazing results on people's skin, which makes me really happy because when things affect the skin and it's taken internally, that means it's going right from the digestive system all the way to the skin
Yes.
and everything in between.
Yeah.
So glutathione, yeah, if you can get your hands on some glutathione, do that.
Well, or just do coffee enemas.
Put your have coffee up your butt.
It's a healing. It really is. It's amazing. And my kids think I'm crazy, but
You know, some people call me crazy.
well, no.
Smart people call me for advice.
That's that's so good. You are amazing. You really are. So you have a daughter.
I have a daughter. Yeah, her name is Steel.
Oh, nice.
Unless she introduces herself, and then her name is Princess Steelbod.
Wow. Hopefully she wakes up.
Yeah, if she wakes up, then she'll come in.
I would love to meet.
She's snoozing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your daughter. Does she go with you when you go to Cabo?
You know what she does? She's been there with me twice. The last time I went and the next 2 times I go, I won't be bringing her. Because the last one and the next 2 ones we're not making any money on. Like, I'm paying for my own ticket, I'm volunteering my time, I'm paying my own expenses. But as soon as we start charging the regular prices, then she'll be coming with me, and she'll go into a kids care, and so she'll be there all the time with me.
Nice.
Yeah. But just to reduce the expenses, because at 3 they don't fly free anymore.
We're going to be friends.
For sure.
And well, we already are.
We're already friends.
And I want to support what you're doing going forward. And no, I'm sorry, I don't want to. I'm going to.
Thank you.
Language is so important. And
the spells are in the spelling.
Yes, the spells are in the spelling. So yes, we are going to support you going forward with your mission.
David. Thank you. And the vision.
And the vision. And I think that there's helping small groups of people is great. I also think that you have the potential, because of your presence, to help large groups from the front of the room and carrying a message and books. And we're going to write a book?
You know what? I've been questioned a lot about writing a book. I have a couple of ideas.
Sure.
Some sort of how-tos and different things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the thing that sometimes comes up for me about a book, because I have one as well, and oh no, everybody's already, there isn't any new information. But it's all in how we tell it.
It's our perspective.
And it's all in from what energy vibration that we're telling it as well, that where people will tap in. And so I think you have a message that would go wonderfully in a book on Audible, even though you don't read anymore, so you just have to listen on Audible.
I love Audible.
Yes.
I love Audible. Yeah.
Well, if you write a book, I'll read it here.
Okay, good.
I do this every day. I actually read online.
Good. Okay, you know what? I was going to start doing that.
Yes.
Because so it's almost 6 years since my accident. I haven't really read a book since. I've just been using Audible. But I thought, to keep myself accountable, can I just read books online? And then I thought, is there going to be some sort of rule about that? People are get mad about it. But if you do it, I could do it, right?
No, I mean, if David Hawkins were still alive.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I mean, his estate is there. I mean,
right.
What are I think they'd be thrilled.
I would be thrilled.
Yes.
If I wrote a book and you were reading it online, I would be thrilled.
Yeah, I'm not charging for people to listen.
No.
But every day,
just sharing the information.
Every day we get 300 or 350 people who listen.
Beautiful.
To the reading, and so we love doing it. And
you know what? That maybe 300 people are watching it, but when they go out and they see somebody, to pick up their groceries or their dry cleaning or go do whatever, they're having so many people, because that person is showing up in society as a more contributing member.
Ripples.
Because they've been able to be exposed to this energy.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So nice.
So I've shared a bit about our vision, and it's coming, to me to just say that, to put it out there, that there's no way that we can do this without the help of other people.
Absolutely.
There's just no way, and I'm looking for. I imagine I'm looking for like a CFO, because I'm not really the money manager.
Right.
I'm the vision guy. I'm the I like to be in the middle of it.
The connector too, I can tell.
Yeah. And so I'm just throwing this out. I've never done this before. I've never.
But we have to ask for what we want.
Yes.
David needs a CFO, guys. Yep.
And I need somebody to sit down with me and talk about the money. I need, because it needs financing.
For sure.
And it's, I've done this kind of the prototype, the first 500. I've ordered another 2,000. My plan is to do 10,000 of these this year.
Good.
And 10,000 is nothing
in the grand scheme of things, but it's a really good start.
Yes.
Yeah. You're going to work out all the kinks in that first 10,000.
Yes. Exactly.
Right.
And then I see us, when I just imagine, so Whistler to San Diego. The whole West Coast.
West Coast, for sure.
And, we could drop 1 million of these in there.
Yep.
And oh, by the way, they're pre-programmed to call people in the morning. And they say, come sit on me. Come sit on me.
So beautiful.
Meditate.
Yes.
And so they're pre-programmed. I mean, where can you get a pre-programmed?
Right?
Yeah, I know.
So if you're watching this and you have a little shop that sells this kind of stuff, and you would like to be selling these from your shop, you need to contact David.
Yes.
Because he's got them coming.
We have an
People
affiliate.
need these. They're pre-programmed.
With love and a call.
And a calling. They're calling.
Yeah.
Answer the calling.
Answer the calling. And we have affiliate too. We do affiliate like people can
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You know what affiliate is?
Well, yeah, it's like affiliate marketing.
Yeah. They get,
So,
they can
so
sell
if
ours, yeah.
so if I have a little shop like this in Saskatoon or in San Diego or in Atlanta,
or yoga studio,
or yoga
or
studios,
your chiropractor,
meditation,
and you want people to sit
chiropractic.
like this.
yeah, I like this.
Do you think chiropractors would like these?
You know, a lot of the chiropractor offices I go to don't have a lot of space for stuff.
Yeah, they only need
So
one.
I think more yoga studios and
Yeah.
people are like, it's not there yet.
No.
The chiropractors of the future will be renting larger spaces
Yes.
to include this. But right now, with
Mhm.
this limited space they have, maybe, for sure, if there's chiropractors out there that would like them, we're
Mhm.
interested to give them to you.
My chiropractor's name's Richard. He has a little studio called Glow.
Yeah, does he have one there?
No, he doesn't know. No, he doesn't.
Well, Richard needs one.
Richard darn well does need one. I'm
Yeah,
going to
I
take
hear
one.
it calling.
Mhm.
Richard,
Richard.
Richard.
Yeah.
come sit on me.
Thank you for inspiring me. I'm going tomorrow. Say, Richard.
Put one in the car.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
So what else can we tell people before we leave about anything that you've kind of said it, haven't you?
Cute little one.
Yeah.
Hmm?
There's a cute little one coming in right now.
Oh,
Is
she
she?
is, so she can come say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, what is the best piece of advice I've ever been given? You know, I read a book called Get Smarter by Seymour Schoolidge.
Mhm.
He's a self-made Canadian billionaire
Mm-hmm.
whose parents didn't own their home.
Mhm.
So he's, did it himself through his own hard ethic and good fortune.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that, 100 years from now, it doesn't matter what kind of car you drove or how
Hi,
big the
honey.
house is that you lived in, but the world could be a better place because you made a difference in the life of a young person. Do you want to say hi? Are you shy? Can you say hi to James? Okay.
There we go. This is steel.
I made her.
Yes.
What is this? Pudding.
She's actually kind of a divine concoction.
Yeah, she loves her chia seed pudding
Mm-hmm.
from Jusu. They make it for her healthy. This is her version of fast food. That's the kind of fast food she gets.
Nice.
When I need to get a, snack on the road,
Mm-hmm.
then I go to Jusu because I trust their stuff.
Oh, wow. Steel, were you sleeping? No?
This is David. Can you say hi, David? She
No?
wasn't. No, she was just napping.
Napping.
She was actually practicing her meditation.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does Mommy meditate at home? No.
Do you sit with me and do we breathe? Can you show David how you breathe? Breathe in and breathe out.
Do you know we had a lady here, Tina, what was Tina's last name? Tina Parsons, a psychologist, and she teaches kids to meditate.
Brilliant.
And we had a Sunday morning event where parents came and brought their kids, right? And I think they thought she was going to teach them to meditate. And she said, meditation starts with the parents.
No kidding.
No kidding. And
All these parents are running around saying their kids have bad behavior.
yes.
Kids and dogs, right?
And she had all of these stats about, people who are ADD or whatever, and what the difference meditation can make,
Yep.
And it's kind of like, and I hate to say this, you guys, but we're taking the easy way with medication.
Yeah, there's no easy pill solution.
No.
We need to put it into practice. We need to be present.
Yes.
Our kids need our presence,
Yes. So meditating
not our gifts.
with our kids is really, really important.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
and,
We said, so when Steele gets upset, the first thing we do is breathe.
mhm.
And because she's 3, we do 3 deep breaths, in and out. Can you show David? But she's shy.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank
Nice
you.
Steel. Look at these.
So Steele learned how to swim the other day.
No way.
Yeah, we went to a pool for her dad's birthday, and she swam without her life jacket, without a floating device, and she swam right across the pool.
Do you know, you really have to be present to swim. Swimming is present, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So you were really there.
Were you sinking? Did you drown? No.
I just walk every big town.
You just helped yourself like a big girl.
Wow.
Yes. Awesome.
I just walk into you.
Yeah, you just swam right to me.
Wow. Where did you go?
You know what? We just went to the Sheraton downtown in Eau Claire. Because these hotels have beautiful pools.
Yes.
And nobody's there.
Yeah.
And they have a great big slide, so I can just sit in the hot tub and let her go.
Nice. You're such a character. I'm going to follow you around.
Right, because you know what? If you go to the wave pool, then you got all these people running everywhere, and you
Yeah.
got people everywhere, and it's confusing. But if you go there, there's like maybe 5 people,
Yes.
and it's totally safe. And
Yep.
you know, so we go there quite often.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Staycation.
Well, you guys, I think we're gonna call it. I don't. What time is it, Earl? James? Anybody know?
4:50.
Oh, wow, that's
Perfect.
great. Look,
You know, David, thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you.
I appreciate the opportunity to come here and be in this space. I would encourage anyone who has wanted to go to Bali and beyond to come down and check out this, because I know before I had been to the location on 17th Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
but I actually like the feel of this one better. It feels less chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
It feels, when you walk into this place, it's like serene peace.
Thank you.
And so I would invite anybody who's looking for serene peace in their life to come in here, because all the stuff in here, the crystals, the beautiful woodworkings, all the beautiful tapestries and fabrics. Okay, I'll hold it. They are all infused with the beautiful love here from Bali and beyond, and from the beautiful people who are here too. So yeah, come bring yourself here and enjoy the space, and then take an anchor home.
An anchor?
Yeah, like a pillow or something
Oh,
to bring that space
to
home.
connect it, yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
when you infuse things with love, you take that home to anchor it
This
in.
could be it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. This is when you sit on this, because it's recycled teak. I feel that the energy travels through it quite easily.
It's beautiful. I can feel it. I can feel
Yeah.
it. Yep.
And okay, love you guys. Follow us on YouTube
Can I say goodbye?
and Instagram and all that kind of stuff.
Say bye.
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 Can you wave? Wave to
Right there. Wait, yeah. Okay. Love you guys. Cheers. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, David.